Now, down the years, Britain's excelled in the super middleweight division, so I wonder what's in store for Carl Froch. Remember, last year, he won a bronze medal at the World Amateur Championships. Well, his pro debut was against Michael Pinnock. That fight coming up. A little later, we'll see Matthew Thurwell, who was also making his debut here. First, then, it's Carl Froch. Sitting ringside for us, it's Jim and Richie.
First round.
There's always a wonderful air of anticipation when an amateur star makes his professional debut. And Carl Froch in the silver trunks, and he's now calling himself, as so many professionals do, with a nickname. He's Carl the Cobra Froch from here on in. And he's making his professional debut. The first English boxer to win a medal in the World Senior Championships, something he achieved in Belfast in June of last year. And for the very first time since he started boxing as a teenager, he's in a ring without the headgear on, and he's got the seriously professional gloves on. His opponent, some 36 years old, Michael Pinnock from Aston, near Birmingham, from the Nobby Knob stable. And like everybody else from the Nobby Knob stable, well, to use the old boxing cliche, he comes to fight. We've seen Carl Froch win a couple of ABA titles, gold in multi-nations, World Championship bronze. But this, Richie Woodall, is the real business, and this must take you back.
Yes, certainly does. Froch, obviously, a lot of potential, big prospect, and we'll be looking to impress tonight. And that can be a problem. Doesn't want to over-impress here, but he's looking nice and sharp, and looks nice and relaxed, which is good. Because when you do first turn professional, you can be a little bit tight. But yeah, he's looking nice and sharp and relaxed.
He's been trained by Robert McCracken, and underneath his left eye there's a fair bit of old bruising, so he's been getting some aggressive sparring, it would seem.
Yeah, well, McCracken, another big friend of mine, and certainly knows the pro game inside out. Boxed for the WBC middleweight crown and British champion, so McCracken certainly knows his stuff. And in Froch, I think he's got an excellent pupil.
Got that left hand of his held very low, but he did that as an amateur, which is something very unamateurish. Most amateurs tend to hold the hands up very high indeed. This scheduled for a very gentle 6 3-minute rounds at super middleweight, and that's a pretty competitive division, so Froch is obviously setting his sights high.
Yeah, it is a hard and tough division, there's no doubt about that. Very exciting division at the moment, but Froch has certainly got the experience as an amateur, excellent amateur record, and we'll be hoping to take that onto the professional ranks.
Well, Michael Pinnock hasn't won too many contests, just a handful out of over 60, but he's only been stopped on 5 occasions. He's been in against a lot of good men like Neil Simpson and Tony Oakey, and the IBO World Super Middleweight Champion from Belfast, Brian McGee. And he's just the right sort of opponent for Carl Froch. Froch being, well, nice and casual and leisurely, moving out of the way of that fairly well-intentioned right hand, and that's a good bit of jabbing by Froch. He'd just up the work rate a little bit, but he'd be very happy with the opening 3 minutes of professional boxing, and the first bit of advice as a professional in his corner, in particular from Robert McCracken.
It was a good opening round for him, he won it comfortably enough.
Can't remember too many amateurs coming in for the pro debut with a shiner like that one, I've got to say. But I'm sure it was hard earned.
Round 2.
So a nice leisurely opening 3 minutes of professional boxing from Carl Froch from Nottingham. Now 24 years old. Amateur with the Phoenix Club, where he was coached by Dale McPhilbin. Won the 1999 and 2001 ABA titles at middleweight, and in Belfast last year in the semi-finals lost to the eventual gold medalist in the World Championships, Andrei Gogolev of Russia, who beat him 28-16 on the computer scoring system. But Froch did particularly well, and all the way through looked, as indeed did David Hay, that they were capable of winning medals.
Good leaping left up there from Froch earlier on in the round. Wasn't too far away, didn't actually connect fully with the glove, but that was a much better right uppercut from Froch.
Wonderful variation, just pulled his man very slightly, a little feint with the left, and he came through and he caught the 36-year-old from Aston. Spot on with that right hand, and he's got him again with an over-the-top right hand. Pinnock, remember, just stopped 5 times. This is 65th professional contest. Froch looking very, very strong indeed. Pinnock having to cover up. Oh, there's that right hand again from Froch.
Let's go, work inside.
Well, a quiet first round from the newcomer, but indications in the second round that he's going to enjoy getting paid for his work. Pinnock leaning on.
Yeah, Pinnock, an old pro here, just using a bit of experience, but that was good work from Froch, just turning his opponent on the ropes there. That's good stuff. But Pinnock, he certainly wants to keep the fight close and try and literally crawl all over Froch, not letting him have the room and the distance to work those classy punches.
Good body shots by Carl Froch going in, and good footwork by him, getting on his bike when he had to. Pinnock starting to wobble a little bit. This is impressive stuff in the second round by Froch. 30 seconds to go.
Well, he looks so relaxed, you have to say that his hands are very low, but he's very sharp in the mind, which is good. And that left hand, it seems to be like a decoy punch. It's down by his thigh, and you just literally don't know where the punches are coming from. It's a good tactic from Froch.
There's a wee bit of a graze on the bridge of Froch's nose, and one hopes at this stage of his career that he's not going to be turned out somebody who's got rather fragile skin, but we worry about that when the time comes. But a very good piece of boxing in the middle of that second round by Froch, and I think he's got an awful lot in reserve. Well, they'll be pretty happy with that second 3 minutes of professional boxing from Carl Froch, and attending to that little nick. But this was good by Froch. Look at that wonderful uppercut right through, and kept on his man, and that's what he's got to do. You don't just throw a single punch in this game, Rich.
No, he didn't admire the punch, certainly. He went underneath and threw a lovely right uppercut, but then followed up with a lovely left jab, and here using right hand punches, and he's got great variation, Froch. Very, very impressive.
Wonderful body shots by Froch. A couple of solid right hands into the ribs, and then moved nicely out of the way. Look at that, swayed back like an old professional himself. Very impressive.
Seconds out, round 3.
Well, 36-year-old Michael Pinnock from Birmingham, who boxes mostly at light heavy or cruiserweight, will probably go down as the first man on Carl Froch's record, and Froch has nailed him with a stunning right hand. That was a cracking shot. Pinnock says, I'm fine, he won't want to take too many more of those. That was a cracking shot, Richie.
Yeah, excellent peach of a punch, and it was all because Pinnock was a little bit slow with that jab, getting the punch back to the guard position, and Froch came over the top, peach of a punch, bang on the target, and Pinnock did very well to get up from that shot.
Well, you've got to look at the quality of the opponent that Carl Froch is facing. Michael Pinnock, though, has been around, it seems, forever. But he took a very hard shot, and he's come back, and I don't think the referee should let him take another one like that. But Froch, in this short space of time, has produced terrific variation. And a solid punch. We've got to find out whether he can take one or not yet, but that's for the future. He can certainly dish it out, and that's what he's doing. Pinnock holding on.
Excellent work from Froch, and his style, I mean, the way he's come into this fight, another cracking right hand. You certainly wouldn't think this is his first professional fight.
Followed up with a right to the body, and then a left hook. That left hand held deceptively low. But when he does strike, and I suppose the nickname is appropriate, he does strike like a proverbial cobra. Good body work by Froch. His problem now, Richie, is getting boxers to go in with him.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, terrific there. A couple of left jabs, very, very sharp punches. Froch is again right uppercut, lovely variation. Hooks, uppercut, straight punches. This kid's got it all. Very, very impressive.
3/4 of a minute to go as the referee splits them up again. Pinnock looking decidedly weary. Oh, wonderful again, right and then left hook to the head. I don't think Pinnock should be allowed to take much more of this, because we've seen already in 3 short rounds that Carl Froch is the business. Right to the body again.
Well, Froch certainly isn't jumping in there and being over-eager. He's stepping back, having a look at the situation, picking his punches, and his all-round boxing, very, very impressive.
Footwork is excellent. Movement from the waist in terms of defence has been excellent. The jab has been clever, and the right hand has been thunderous. Robert McCracken, no mean exponent himself, and for many years one of the best middleweights in the world, will be impressed with this, and I think everybody here in Bethnal Green was impressed with this. Very good shot, right on the chin. Even though Pinnock was going backward, he could not get out of the way. That was a belter.
Yeah, lovely punch. Pinnock actually did very, very well to get up from that punch. There have been a lot of fighters who would have stayed down and obviously shown his experience and gets up. He's a good old pro, and he did well to get up from that punch.
Well, I have a feeling that Carl Froch is thoroughly enjoying this. He may well have stayed on and boxed for England in the Commonwealth Games in Manchester this summer, where he probably would have run away with the middleweight gold medal. But here he is in Bethnal Green as a novice. A nice casual first round from Carl the Cobra Froch. And he just has upped the pace since the start of the second round. Froch taking his time. It's all about patience, and he has been patient. Looks in absolutely superb condition, Froch.
Yeah, looks in very good condition, and you hit the nail on the head there. This guy is patient. He's not rushing in, and that's why it certainly doesn't look like his first pro fight. He's boxing like a pro of probably 10 or 15 fights, where he's waiting and looking for the punches.
Got himself caught with a slashing right hand from the much more experienced Pinnock. Well, that's lovely movement from Froch. In and out again quickly, and he wants to get this over if he can. Pinnock is holding on. Froch just needs to step away and give more of the same.
Excellent punching from Froch, and now you can see why they call him the Cobra, because he's literally in and out, and his hands are lightning fast. Very, very accurate, and certainly like a Cobra.
Well, once again, a lot of points to Pinnock, who's bleeding from the nose and has been caught very hard indeed to body and head. Froch makes a miss midway through this fourth round. It's scheduled for 6.
Well, yeah, you feel for Pinnock, because he literally he doesn't know what to do next, because he's going to get punished for the mistakes that he makes. That's the situation that he's in. This is a little bit better from Pinnock. He's just got to stay close to Froch and try and fight him on the inside.
Oh, wonderful right hand from Froch. Just stepped back long enough to give him the distance, and he landed perfectly. Pinnock's wobbling a little bit. Terrific old warhorse that he is, and Froch is really hammering him. And I think the referee should stop this, and he has done. Pinnock stopped for only the 5th time in a 65-fight professional career, and what a spectacular start to the paid ranks by Carl Froch. Great support travelled down from Nottingham, and he has more than justified that support, and more than justified, you've got to say, his decision to turn professional. Needless to say, he will have many, many harder opponents than Michael Pinnock. But in terms of a professional debut, you could not have asked for anything better.
No, these punches were very, very, very accurate, and it was in and out boxing, if you like, and The referee for me, maybe he could have got in there a little bit earlier, but great performance from Froch, and what a prospect.
Yeah, nice to see Michael Pinnock going over to the Froch corner, and I think he's probably saying this fella is going to make it big time.
Timekeeper Michael McCann has recorded a time of 2 minutes and 3 seconds of the 4th round. Referee Mark Green has stopped the contest. Pinnock in no position to continue. Therefore, your winner on his professional debut, the Cobra,
Carl, many congratulations. That's quite a way to start your professional career. Did it seem very different as a pro?
A little bit different. You know, the 3-minute round you can really feel in there, but the training's been around to suit that, so I was okay really. Just a little bit apprehensive because it was my debut.
We've got something to show you. You're going to want to put this in the video collection. Have a look down here at the monitor. What do you make to that?
Yeah, I was just putting a few shots together, getting off on different angles, looking for the big uppercut. So I knew once the uppercut landed, it was too powerful for him to take. So as you can see, the ref stopped the fight at the right time.
Okay, tell us briefly the plan for the next 12 months.
Next 12 months, I'm just going to be looking to pick up plenty of experience. Now I'm a professional, and just take it steady and work my way up through the rankings, basically.
We're about to watch Matthew Thirlwell. Will he be in such good form? What can we expect?
Yeah, most definitely, really good form. We've both got the same trainer, Robert McCracken, and he's taught us very well to relax and get shots off comfortably. And Matthew's very exciting and very strong for his weight, so you should expect a good fight.